So, what does trauma have to do with maturity? This is a question I get asked a bit, and wanted to shoot a little bit of a live video and tell you where you can discover some more info on this question. Maturity might be defined in a number of ways, but let's think about our physical maturity, how old we are, what stage of life we're at. Our physical maturity, as most of us will know, doesn't often match our emotional maturity. Those two tend to be some different things. And so what I want to just spend a few minutes to talk to you about is 5 stages of maturity that come from some great teachings by an organization called the Life Model. And in these 5 stages of maturity, which I'll tell you about in a minute, there are a lot of maturity tasks that we all are invited to learn. And especially early on in our life, if we did not grow up with strong, loving, caring bonds with a mother or a father, that is going to affect us for the rest of our life. Early on in life, from 0 to 3, which we call the infant stage, a whole lot of stuff really should have happened. Now, there is no such thing as a perfect home and a perfect family, but just saying that doesn't erase all the bad stuff and bring all the good stuff back. All right, there has to be inner work that has to be done, and so trauma really tends to stunt growth, basically. And if we and I'll explain a little more about this another time, but trauma itself is not just the bad things that happen to us, but the absence of good things that are happening to us are also traumatic. So, neglect is a type of trauma. It's not like something bad has been done to you, but it's an absence of a good thing, an absence of love, affection, encouragement, blessing. All those things are traumatic and stunt our growth and stunt our maturity. So here very quickly are the 5 stages, and in a minute I'll tell you how you can discover a little more about these. The first stage is infant stage, and that's from 0 to 3 years old. Okay, and at that stage we should be learning how to receive love. That's your job. At 0 to 3 age, you're not to be the object of your parents' affection. You shouldn't have to bring the world joy. No, your job is to be loved. You're brought into the world and designed for love, and your whole neurological and physical makeup is made and wired and ready to receive love, to learn how to regulate yourself and a whole lot of things. From there we move to child stage, where we learn to love and look after ourselves. So we're in child stage from about 3 till 13. Then we move into the parenting stage, and in the parenting stage, this is where, so from child stage you move to adult stage, which is 13 to the time you have your first child, okay, where you learn to love and look after yourself and a significant other. Then you move to the parenting stage, which is when your children are 13 plus, and that's where you've got children until your children are 13 plus. So if you're a parent watching this and any of your children are under 13, you're still in the parenting stage, okay? And there are things to learn during that time as well. And finally, once your children are teenage and beyond, you enter into this elder stage of life. And at that stage, you should be able to care for a community. So you go from learning to receive love, to loving yourself and a significant other, to loving yourself and a family, and then loving yourself and a community. And so, I mean, there's a whole lot around this, and trauma, the role that trauma plays in this is that it causes us to be stuck at particular things. So you could be a 6-year-old woman with adult children in their 20s and 30s, and this could be things way back in your youth, way back in your childhood that you did not or were not able to tick the box and say, yes, I learned to regulate anger, fear, sadness, disgust. I learned what it was to receive and not just give. I was able to synchronize with others and share feelings. All those things. If you have a receiving issue, if you have a problem or feel guilty receiving, chances are there were some traumatic events that happened early on in life. The good news is you can be healed in community and a whole lot of stuff. So we're going to unpack this whole teaching and unpack this whole dynamic over 3 Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Melbourne time, online here, or by recording if you miss it live. Tomorrow the 20th, then next Wednesday the 27th, the Wednesday after that, and we're going to go through this teaching, talk about trauma, talk about these stages of maturity and tools and things you can lean into and discover. This is not easy work, this is hard work, but it's worthwhile if we value maturity in life and actually living according to the stage of life that we're at. So I'm going to put the description, the website in the description above. Sorry, it's been a big day, which is teleosacademy.com. You'll be able to register there. Registration's by donation, so it can cost us whatever that looks like for you in your stage of life as well. So shalom. I look forward to maybe seeing some of you in the classes with my beloved wife. She's going to be joining us, and we're just going to be working through this stuff over the next few weeks. Blessings. Cheers.